This hour on Capitol Hill with the January 6th committee now nearing a decision on potential criminal referrals in its investigation.
Yeah, the referrals will be part of the committee's final report into the attack on the Capitol that took place nearly 2 years ago. Committee Chairman Benny Thompson says the report is expected to come out in just 2 weeks. Meanwhile, this all comes as more documents marked classified have been found by attorneys for former President Trump. Let's bring in NBC News senior congressional correspondent Garrett Haake with the very latest. Garrett, good morning. Good to see you. So let's start with the January 6th committee and that final report, likely the week before Christmas. So we're not too far away from that, of course. So who can we expect to be targeted for these criminal referrals? Why is that? And how likely is it that the former president would be referred to the Justice Department himself?
Yeah, we're going to get this massive report under our Christmas trees, expected to come out on December 21st. With it will be the criminal referrals that Benny Thompson, the committee's chair, has said are coming. Now, he's not been specific about how many referrals or for whom, but we know a little bit about what the committee is thinking based on some of the other filings that they've made before various judges along the path of their investigation. They've already accused the former President Trump of committing crimes related to January 6th in court filings. So, too, with John Eastman, the lawyer who's really the person who came up with the whole theory of the case that the vice president could overturn election results on January 6th. Beyond those two men, it's possible that we could see what you might consider to be process crimes referred here, things like perjury or failing to comply with a subpoena. But it's important to note that these referrals, if there are any, don't carry a ton of weight on their own with the Justice Department. Unless there's actual evidence produced in this report beyond what's been seen, the referrals themselves are kind of just sort of like sticking a sticky note on the report saying, make sure you read this section here, but they don't, require the Justice Department to do anything.
Absolutely. Garrett, that's the best way I've heard that explained. I like that sticky note. Also, just to give you a heads up, unrelated to this, we may have to interrupt you to go to some breaking news and a special report in just a moment. But for now, let's continue this conversation and talk about those new documents that we mentioned at the top of the show that were found by the former president's lawyers in Florida. It comes 4 months after, of course, the FBI executed that search warrant at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Explain to us what we know about these new findings and how it could impact any of these investigations here.
And so after that search warrant was executed over the course of this summer, Donald Trump and his lawyers had these conversations about, OK, is there anything else? And if so, where could it be? And his attorneys set about hiring their own firm, if you will, to do searches of his various properties and other places classified documents might still be in what could be considered his possession, or at least not in the federal government's possession. In doing so, they searched a storage unit that was partly owned by the government, partly including Donald Trump's stuff from his presidency. And in it, they found 2 additional classified documents. Those were turned over right away to the FBI, we're told. It's not clear how those will impact the broader investigation, which is now in the hands of that special counsel. But it does provide more evidence of just how sloppy with some of these materials the outgoing Trump White House was.
And also, is there any issue just because of the fact that Trump had told the Justice Department in a letter that all these classified documents had been returned, that now more have been found?
It's a great question, and it's one that the special counsel will have to answer. I suspect that because it was Trump's own lawyers who then did the due diligence to hand these documents over, that might mitigate any, additional legal problems for the former president. But we'll see. I mean, this is sort of on the front burner for that new special counsel, Jack Smith.
All right, Garrett Haake, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.